Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Tempo, the podcast where you listen to clear, natural English and speak with us.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Sarah. Today, we're giving you a challenge that sounds easy: 100 everyday English questions.
Sounds easy? Some people can discuss English grammar for an hour, then freeze when someone asks, "What did you do this weekend?"
Exactly. So this episode is not a test of perfect grammar. It is a test of how quickly and naturally you can answer.
We'll answer every question too, so you'll hear useful sentence patterns, natural vocabulary, and different ways to express the same idea.
Answer every question out loud before you hear our answers. Keep it short when you need to, add details when you can, and do not translate every sentence in your head.
And if you enjoy practicing real English with us, subscribe to English Tempo and join us for more conversations.
Ready? Let's find out how many of these 100 questions you can answer easily.
I predict 97.
Why not 100?
We need to leave them something to work on.
Fair enough. Let's begin. Question 1. What is your name and what do people usually call you?
My name is Adam, but most people call me Adam. I have never had a dramatic nickname, which is slightly disappointing.
My name is Sarah. Some close friends shorten it to Sar, but I usually prefer my full name.
Notice how we gave the official name first and then added what friends actually say.
Question 2. Where are you from? I am from the United States, and I grew up in a fairly quiet town.
I am from Manchester, but I've lived in a few different places, so home feels bigger than one city.
You can answer with a country, a city, or both. Add one small detail to keep the conversation moving. Question 3. Where do you live now?
I live in London now, in a neighborhood that is busy during the day and surprisingly peaceful at night.
I live near the city center, so almost everything I need is within a short drive.
The phrase "I live in" is for a city or country. "I live near" works well when you do not want to be too specific.
Question 4. What do you do?
I work in education and media. Most of my work involves explaining ideas in a clear and practical way.
I create English learning content, and I spend a lot of time turning everyday conversations into useful lessons.
In casual English, "What do you do?" usually asks about work or study, not what you were doing this second.
Question 5. Are you working, studying, or doing both? I am working, but I also take short online courses, so I suppose I'm doing both.
I'm working full-time, although I still study whenever I need to learn a new skill.
A natural answer can be "I'm working at the moment" or "I'm studying right now." Question 6. How old are you?
I am old enough to appreciate a quiet weekend and young enough to make plans I may regret on Monday.
That is a very Adam answer. I usually just say my age if I'm comfortable, or I say I'm in my 30s.
You are never required to give an exact age. "I'm in my 20s" or "I'd rather not say" are both natural.
Question 7. What languages do you speak?
I speak English, and I know a few useful phrases in other languages, but not enough to claim them proudly.
I speak English, and I'm always interested in how learners think in their first language.
Use "I speak," "I'm learning," and "I can understand a little" to describe different levels honestly.
Question 8. Why are you learning English? I hear this from learners all the time. They want more opportunities, but they also want to feel like themselves when they speak.
If I were learning English, I would want it for travel, work, and the confidence to speak to anyone without overthinking every sentence.
A strong answer begins with "I'm learning English because," and then names one real reason. Question 9. How would you describe yourself in 3 words?
Curious, patient, and occasionally stubborn.
Creative, optimistic, and determined. I nearly said organized, but my desk would disagree.
Choose words you can support. If someone asks why, give a quick example.
Question 10. What is one thing you're good at?
I am good at making complicated ideas easier to understand.
I'm good at noticing small details, especially in conversations and pronunciation.
The phrase "I'm good at" is followed by a noun or an ing form. Good at cooking, good at listening, good at solving problems.
Question 11. What is one thing you want to improve? I want to improve my patience when something takes longer than I expected.
I want to become better at switching off from work and enjoying free time without checking my phone.
This is a useful pattern. I want to improve my, or I want to get better at. Keep going. Do not judge your answer by its length. Judge it by whether you could say it clearly.
The next part will give you new situations and new sentence patterns.
Part 2 is about the small routines that fill most of our lives. These questions sound simple, but they are where learners often discover missing everyday vocabulary.
In other words, this section may reveal whether your mornings are peaceful, productive, or complete chaos.
Mine depends on the coffee. Let us continue. Question 12. What time do you usually wake up?
I usually wake up around 7, but I need a few minutes before I become a useful human being.
I normally get up at about 6:30 on weekdays and later on weekends.
Wake up means stop sleeping. Get up means leave the bed. They are related but not identical.
Curiously, question 13. What is the first thing you do in the morning?
The first thing I do is drink water and open the curtains.
I check the time, stretch, and then make coffee before I look at any messages.
Use the first thing I do is, followed by the base verb, is check, is drink, is make.
Brightly, question 14. Do you eat breakfast every day? I try to eat breakfast every day because I lose focus if I skip it.
Most days, yes. I usually have eggs or toast, although sometimes breakfast becomes just coffee and good intentions.
Add frequency words such as always, usually, sometimes, rarely, or never. Confidently, question 15. How do you usually get to work or school?
I usually take the train because driving in heavy traffic tests my character.
I normally drive, but if the weather is nice, I enjoy walking part of the way.
Common answers are I drive, I take the bus, I walk, and I work from home.
Playfully, question 16. What part of your day is usually the busiest?
Amusedly, late morning is usually the busiest because that is when meetings and messages seem to arrive together.
My afternoons are often busiest. That is when I record, edit, and solve the problems I ignored in the morning.
Warmly, the structure "that is when" helps you explain why a time is busy.
Talkatively, question 17. What do you normally have for lunch? Honestly, I often make rice with vegetables and chicken because it's easy and keeps me full.
Gently, I usually have something simple, like a sandwich, soup, or leftovers from the night before.
Clearly, have for lunch is more natural than eat in lunch. Energetically, question 18. How often do you check your phone?
Far too often. I check it whenever I hear a sound, even when the sound came from somebody else's phone.
I am trying to check it less. I now keep it away from me when I need to concentrate.
Confidently, far too often means more often than is healthy or necessary.
Critically, question 19. What do you do after work or school?
Thoughtfully, after work, I usually cook, take a short walk, and watch something light.
Warmly, I often exercise or call a friend. On difficult days, I simply sit down and do absolutely nothing for 10 minutes.
Encouragingly, use the present simple for routines. I usually cook, not I am usually cooking.
Brightly, question 20. Do you have a routine before going to bed? Naturally, I wash my face, prepare my clothes, and write down anything I don't want to forget.
Playfully, yes. I put my phone away, read a few pages, and make a very optimistic plan for the next day.
Encouragingly, a sequence sounds natural with first, then, after that, and finally. Confidently, question 21. How many hours do you usually sleep?
Naturally, I try to get 7 hours, but sometimes my brain schedules an unnecessary meeting at 2 in the morning.
Thoughtfully, I usually sleep for about 7 to 8 hours, and I notice the difference when I get less.
Clearly, say, I sleep for 7 hours, or I get 7 hours of sleep.
Playfully, question 22. What is one daily habit you would like to change?
Amusedly, I would like to stop checking email so early in the morning.
I want to spend less time scrolling and more time reading or walking.
Warmly, I'd like to stop is followed by an ing form. Stop checking, stop eating, stop worrying.
Keep going. Do not judge your answer by its length. Judge it by whether you could say it clearly.
Warmly, the next part will give you new situations and new sentence patterns.
Now we are moving from routines to relationships. These are the questions people ask when they want to know more about your life, not just your job.
They're also useful because there's rarely one perfect answer. You can keep your answer private, general, or personal.
Choose the level of detail that feels right for you. Question 23. Do you have a big family or a small family? My family is not very large either, although family gatherings can still become wonderfully loud.
I have a fairly small family, but we're close and we speak regularly.
Fairly small and quite big sound softer and more conversational than exact numbers. Question 24. Who are you closest to in your family?
I'm closest to my sister because we have a similar sense of humor and can speak honestly.
I am very close to my mother. She's usually the first person I call when something important happens.
Use I'm closest to, because, and give one clear reason.
Curiously, question 25. How often do you see your relatives?
I see some relatives every few weeks and others only on holidays.
It depends on where they live. I see the nearby ones often, but I keep in touch online with the others.
Keep in touch means continue communicating even when you do not meet in person.
Energetically, question 26. What do you usually do when your family gets together? We usually share a big meal, take photos, and talk about what everyone has been doing.
We eat far too much, tell old stories, and argue gently about facts nobody can prove.
A list of 3 actions makes a simple answer feel fuller and more natural. Confidently, question 27. How did you meet your best friend?
We met at university after being placed in the same group for a project neither of us understood.
I met one of my closest friends through work. We started talking during lunch and discovered we had a lot in common.
For past stories, begin simply. We met at, or I met her when.
Playfully, what makes someone a good friend?
A good friend listens without turning every conversation back to themselves.
For me, a good friend is honest, dependable, and happy for your success.
A good friend is someone who uses when you want to describe behavior.
Thoughtfully, are you good at meeting new people? Usually, yes, I enjoy asking questions, although I sometimes need time to feel completely comfortable.
I'm better than I used to be, but I still prefer small groups to crowded rooms.
I'm better than I used to be is a powerful way to describe progress. Energetically, question 30. What do you usually talk about with your friends?
We talk about work, films, travel plans, and the strange things people post online.
My friends and I talk about everyday problems, future goals, and memories that become funnier every year.
My friends and I is correct when it is the subject of the sentence.
Curiously, question 31. Do you prefer spending time alone or with other people?
I need both. I enjoy company, but I also need time alone to think and recharge.
I prefer being with a few people I know well rather than being in a large crowd.
Balanced answers often use I enjoy, but I also.
Brightly, who do you call when you need advice? I call my older brother because he asks practical questions and helps me see the situation clearly.
I usually call someone calm who will tell me the truth, not just what I want to hear.
You can avoid naming a person by saying someone I trust or a close friend. Confidently, what is one quality you admire in other people?
I admire kindness, especially when no one is watching and there's nothing to gain.
I admire consistency. It's easy to be impressive once, but difficult to be reliable every day.
I admire because creates a thoughtful answer with very simple grammar.
Keep going. Do not judge your answer by its length. Judge it by whether you could say it clearly.
The next part will give you new situations and new sentence patterns.
Part 4 may make you hungry because we're talking about food, shopping, and the little choices that reveal far more about us than we expect.
Especially the question about cooking. I would like the record to show that making toast is technically cooking.
The record will show no such thing. Let us start. Question 34. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food is probably a good curry because it is warm, rich, and full of flavor.
I love pasta, especially when it is simple, fresh, and covered with far too much cheese.
My favorite food is correct. You do not need to say my best food.
Question 35. Can you cook well? Yes, I'm a confident cook, but I still follow recipes when I try something new.
I can cook a few dishes well, which is different from saying I can cook everything well.
A modest answer sounds natural. I can cook a few things, or I'm fairly good at cooking. Question 36. What meal do you cook most often?
I cook pasta most often because it is quick and difficult to ruin completely.
I make grilled chicken with rice and salad because it is simple and easy to change.
Use I cook for preparing food generally and I make for a specific dish. Both can work here.
Question 37. Do you prefer eating at home or eating out?
I prefer eating at home during the week and eating out when I want the meal to feel special.
I enjoy both, but home is more comfortable and restaurants are more exciting.
Eating out means eating at a restaurant, not eating outdoors.
Question 38. What drink do you order most often? I normally choose tea, although on hot days I order lemonade or iced coffee.
I usually order coffee in the morning and sparkling water later in the day.
Use I usually order is a useful restaurant phrase you can reuse immediately. Question 40. Do you make a shopping list?
I make one, forget to look at it, and then remember everything when I get home.
Yes, especially for groceries. A list saves time and stops me from buying random things.
The word groceries means food and household items bought regularly.
Question 41. What do you spend too much money on? I probably spend too much on coffee and small things that do not seem expensive at the time.
Books. I buy them faster than I can read them, but I continue to believe I will catch up.
I spend money on is the correct pattern. On clothes, on food, on travel. Question 42. Do you prefer shopping online or in stores?
I prefer shopping online for convenience, but I like stores when size or quality matters.
Online shopping is easier, although I enjoy seeing a product before I decide.
Use although to add a contrasting idea without starting a new answer.
Question 43. What was the last thing you bought?
The last thing I bought was a new notebook that I absolutely did not need but immediately loved.
I bought a pair of headphones because my old ones stopped working.
For a finished past action, use I bought, not I have bought yesterday.
Question 45. Are you good at saving money? I try to save automatically before I start spending each month.
I am reasonably good at saving when I have a clear goal, but less disciplined when I don't.
A realistic answer can include both strength and weakness, like, I'm good at it when. Keep going. Don't judge your answer by its length. Judge it by whether you could say it clearly.
The next part will give you new situations and new sentence patterns.
We are halfway through, and now the questions become more useful for work, study, interviews, and serious conversations.
Do not make your answers sound like a formal speech. Clear, specific, and human is better.
And remember, a simple answer you can say confidently is more valuable than a perfect paragraph you cannot produce. Question 45. What do you enjoy most about your work or studies?
I enjoy solving problems and seeing an idea become something useful.
I enjoy the creative side most, especially when I can explain something in a way that suddenly makes sense to someone.
Begin with I enjoy, and then give a specific activity, not only a general word like everything.
Question 46. What is the most difficult part of your work or studies?
The hardest part is protecting focused time when messages and small tasks keep appearing.
For me, the difficult part is staying patient when progress is slower than expected.
The hardest part sounds natural and direct in interviews and everyday conversation.
Question 47. Do you prefer working alone or with a team? I enjoy teamwork if everyone communicates clearly and takes responsibility.
I prefer working alone when I need deep focus, but I like a team when different skills are needed.
You do not have to choose one side completely. A balanced answer often sounds more honest. Question 48. What skill would you like to learn next?
I would like to learn more about video production because strong ideas deserve strong presentation.
I want to improve my public speaking so I can explain ideas with more confidence in front of people.
I'd like to learn for a new skill, and I'd like to improve for an existing one.
Question 50. How do you stay focused when you have a lot to do?
I choose the most important task, turn off notifications, and work on it before checking anything else.
I make a short list and give each task a realistic amount of time.
Action verbs make this answer strong. Choose, turn off, divide, start, and finish.
Question 51. What is one goal you are working on right now?
I am working on becoming more consistent with exercise instead of waiting for motivation.
I am working on creating better learning experiences that people can actually use in daily life.
The present continuous fits an active current goal I'm working on.
Question 52. How do you react when you make a mistake?
First, I am annoyed. Then I try to understand what happened and avoid repeating it.
First, I try to correct it quickly, learn from it, and move on without turning one mistake into a personal tragedy.
This answer becomes stronger when you show a process, not just an emotion.
Question 53. What motivates you to keep going? Knowing why I started helps me continue when the exciting part is over.
Visible progress motivates me, even if the progress is small.
What motivates you can be answered with a person, a goal, progress, responsibility, or curiosity. Question 54. Where would you like to be professionally in 5 years?
I would like to be doing meaningful work with more freedom over my time and projects.
I hope to lead bigger creative projects while still staying close to the actual work.
You can speak about direction without pretending you know every detail of the future.
Question 55. What does success mean to you?
Success means having useful work, enough time for people I care about, and the freedom to make thoughtful choices.
To me, success is progress without losing your health, values, or relationships along the way.
Success means is a simple structure that can carry a deep answer.
Keep going. Do not judge your answer by its length. Judge it by whether you could say it clearly.
The next part will give you new situations and new sentence patterns.
Part 6 takes us outside our normal routine. Travel questions are excellent speaking practice because they combine descriptions, memories, preferences, and future plans.
And even if you do not travel often, you can answer with places in your own country or places you hope to visit.
Let us pack very lightly and continue. Question 56. What is your favorite place in your hometown? I love a small cafe near the old part of town. It is comfortable, familiar, and perfect for watching people.
My favorite place is a quiet park near the center because it feels separate from the noise around it.
Describe a place with location, atmosphere, and one reason you like it. Question 57. What is the most beautiful place you have visited?
The Scottish Highlands are among the most beautiful places I have seen. The landscape feels enormous and peaceful.
One of the most beautiful places I visited was a coastal town with bright water and quiet streets. Use one of the most beautiful places when choosing only one feels difficult. Question 58. Do you prefer cities, beaches, mountains, or the countryside?
I prefer the countryside for rest, but I prefer cities when I want energy, food, and things to do.
I choose beaches. Something about the water makes life feel slower.
This question is perfect for I prefer because or a balanced it depends.
Question 60. What do you always pack when you travel?
I always pack comfortable shoes, a charger, and one book I probably won't open.
I never travel without headphones, a water bottle, and copies of important documents.
I never travel without sounds natural when naming essential items.
Question 61. Have you ever missed a flight, train, or bus?
I once missed a train because I was standing on the correct platform at the completely wrong time.
I have never missed a flight, but I have arrived close enough to learn a powerful lesson about leaving early.
Use I once for a specific story and I have never for life experience.
Question 62. What do you do first when you arrive somewhere new? I find food first. Exploration is much more enjoyable when I am not hungry.
I usually check in, put down my bags, and walk around the area to understand where everything is.
A small personal detail makes even a practical answer memorable. Question 63. Do you enjoy talking to strangers while traveling?
Sometimes, short conversations can teach you more about a place than a guidebook can.
Yes, especially when I need a recommendation. People often suggest places I would never find alone.
Do you recommend anywhere nearby is a useful follow-up question in real travel conversations.
Question 64. What country would you most like to visit?
I would love to visit Japan because the mix of tradition, technology, food, and design fascinates me.
I would like to visit Italy for the history, the smaller towns, and obviously the food.
Use I'd love to visit because for a warm, enthusiastic answer.
Question 65. Would you rather travel alone or with someone? I enjoy traveling with someone, but I also like having a few hours alone during the trip.
I'd rather travel with one easygoing person than with a large group.
Would rather is followed by the base verb, I'd rather travel, not I'd rather to travel. Question 66. What is one experience you hope to have someday?
I hope to take a long train journey through several countries without rushing.
I would love to live in another country for a few months and experience normal daily life there.
I hope to and I'd love to are natural ways to talk about future experiences.
Keep going. Do not judge your answer by its length. Judge it by whether you could say it clearly.
The next part will give you new situations and new sentence patterns.
Part 7 asks for more than facts. You will need to express feelings, explain opinions, and describe what you do when life is not easy.
These questions are valuable because real conversations are not only about favorite food and weekend plans.
Keep your language simple, but make your meaning honest. Question 67. What usually puts you in a good mood?
Good music, a finished task, and an unexpected message from someone I like can improve my mood quickly.
Sunlight and a long walk help me, especially after spending too much time indoors.
Put me in a good mood means cause me to feel happier.
Question 68. What do you do when you feel stressed? I write down everything in my head. The problems often feel smaller when I can see them clearly.
I step away from the problem, breathe, and decide what actually needs my attention first.
Use practical verbs instead of only saying I relax. Walk, write, call, breathe, organize. Question 69. What is something that makes you nervous?
Speaking without enough preparation makes me nervous, even when I know the subject well.
Being late makes me nervous because I hate making other people wait.
I get nervous when is another easy and natural way to answer.
Question 70. Are you good at making decisions?
I am good at practical decisions, but I can overthink choices that are emotional or permanent.
Usually, yes. I gather enough information, choose, and try not to reopen the decision every hour.
A nuanced answer can use I'm good at X, but I struggle with Y.
Question 71. What do you do when you disagree with someone? I stay calm and focus on the idea rather than attacking the person.
I tried to understand their reason before I explain why I see it differently.
Useful phrases include, I see your point, but, and I understand why you think that. Question 72. Is it easy for you to say no?
It has become easier. I used to agree too quickly and regret it later.
Not always. I sometimes need to remind myself that a polite no is better than an angry yes.
I used to shows a past habit that is different now.
Question 74. What makes a conversation interesting? I think a conversation becomes interesting when both people listen and build on what the other person says.
Curiosity makes a conversation interesting. Good questions matter more than impressive stories.
Build on what someone says means connect your response to their idea instead of changing the subject. Question 75. Do you think people spend too much time online?
Yes, many of us do. The internet is useful, but it can quietly take every empty moment.
I agree, although the problem is not only time, it's also how distracted we feel afterward.
When giving an opinion, add one reason or consequence so the answer doesn't feel empty.
Question 76. What is one rule you think everyone should follow?
Treat service workers with respect. How someone behaves towards people who must remain polite tells you a great deal.
Do not waste other people's time. Be on time, communicate clearly, and cancel early when plans change.
Everyone should is strong language, so choose a rule you can explain.
Question 77. What advice would you give to someone who feels stuck? Honestly, stop trying to solve your entire life in one evening. Choose the next useful step.
Do one small action that creates movement. Clarity often comes after you begin, not before.
Advice sounds natural with start by, try to, and don't be afraid to. Keep going. Don't judge your answer by its length. Judge it by whether you could say it clearly.
The next part will give you new situations and new sentence patterns.
You have reached part 8. Now we are going to move between the past and the future, which is where many learners slow down even when they know the grammar.
Do not build the tense in your head before you speak. Begin with the time phrase, last year, when I was younger, next month, or in the future.
Let the time phrase guide the rest of your answer. Question 78. What is a childhood memory that still makes you smile?
I remember building impossible things from cardboard boxes and believing they were completely real.
I remember summer evenings when everyone stayed outside late and nobody wanted the day to end.
Start memories with I remember, and then use a clear image or action.
Question 79. What did you want to be when you were a child?
I wanted to be an inventor, although I had no clear idea what I planned to invent.
I wanted to be a teacher for a while, then a writer, then about 7 other things.
I wanted to be is the standard structure for childhood career dreams.
Question 80. What is something you learned the hard way? I learned that being busy is not the same as making progress.
I learned that avoiding a difficult conversation usually makes the situation more difficult.
I learned the hard way that means experience taught you through difficulty or mistakes. Question 81. What is a decision that changed your life?
Choosing to leave a comfortable path for more meaningful work changed the direction of my life.
Deciding to share my work publicly changed my confidence and created opportunities I could not predict.
You can keep the details general while still explaining the result.
Question 82. What achievement are you proud of?
I'm proud of projects that helped people understand something they once found difficult.
I'm proud of continuing through periods when the result was uncertain and progress was slow.
I'm proud of is followed by a noun or an ing form. Proud of my work, proud of finishing.
Question 83. What is something you wish you had started earlier? I wish I had learned sooner that confidence grows through action, not waiting.
I wish I had started exercising consistently earlier instead of repeatedly beginning again.
I wish I had expresses regret about the past. Use it for advanced practice without overcomplicating the answer. Question 84. What are you looking forward to this year?
I'm looking forward to learning new skills and spending more time on work that matters.
I'm looking forward to a trip, several creative projects, and hopefully a little more rest.
Look forward to is followed by a noun or an ing form. Looking forward to traveling.
Question 85. What would you like to change in your life next year?
I would like to create a calmer schedule with fewer rush decisions.
I want to protect more time for health, relationships, and long-term projects.
Future intentions can begin with I'd like to, I want to, or I'm planning to.
Question 86. Where do you think you will live in the future? I may stay where I am, but I would enjoy living abroad for part of the year.
I think I'll live somewhere connected to a city but close to nature for quiet weekends.
Use I think I'll for a prediction and I may when you're less certain. Question 87. What kind of person do you want to become?
I want to become calmer, wiser, and less impressed by unnecessary urgency.
I want to be someone who keeps promises, stays curious, and makes other people feel heard.
This question is about character, not occupation. Choose qualities and behaviors.
Question 88. What do you hope people remember about you?
I hope people remember that I was useful, kind, and honest when it mattered.
I hope they remember how I made them feel comfortable, encouraged, and capable.
I hope people remember that lets you express values in a clear, emotional way.
Keep going. Do not judge your answer by its length. Judge it by whether you could say it clearly.
The next part will give you new situations and new sentence patterns.
This is the final part, and we are changing the rhythm. The last 12 questions are short, natural, and common. Answer quickly with the first clear sentence that comes to you.
No private meeting with your grammar book, no 10-minute search for the perfect adjective.
Just clear English. After each question, listen to our answers and compare the structure, not the personality. Ready? Let us finish all 100. Question 89. How are you feeling today? I am a little tired, but I'm in a good mood.
I'm feeling focused and optimistic today.
Short emotional answers often use I'm feeling or simply I'm. Question 90. What is the weather like where you are?
It is cool and cloudy here with the kind of sky that makes you want another coffee.
It is warm and bright where I am, but the air feels a little heavy.
Say, it's sunny, it's raining, or it's cold. Do not say, the weather is raining.
Question 91. What are you doing after this episode?
After this episode, I'm making dinner and staying away from screens for a while.
I am going to review some work, then I plan to take a walk.
For near plans, I'm going to and the present continuous both work naturally.
Question 92. What was the best part of your week? Mine was a long conversation with an old friend.
The best part was finishing something I had been delaying.
Begin with the best part was and keep the story optional. Question 93. What is something you need to do tomorrow?
I need to answer several messages and prepare for a meeting.
I need to go shopping and finish a piece of work before the afternoon.
I need to is direct. I have to can sound stronger or more external.
Question 94. What are you grateful for right now?
I'm grateful for good health, useful work, and people I can call.
I'm grateful for a peaceful moment and the chance to keep learning.
I'm grateful for is followed by a noun. I'm grateful that is followed by a full idea.
Question 105. What is one thing you cannot live without? I would say music. It changes the atmosphere of almost any day.
I cannot live without meaningful conversation, and less nobly, good coffee.
This question is often playful, so your answer does not need to be literally true. Question 96. What always makes you laugh?
Dry humor and people telling stories about their own mistakes always make me laugh.
Unexpected animal videos work embarrassingly well on me.
Makes me laugh is correct because make is followed by the object and base verb.
Question 97. What is your ideal weekend?
My ideal weekend includes a slow morning, good food, a long walk, and no urgent messages.
Mine has one social plan, one useful task, and plenty of unplanned time.
My ideal weekend gives you an easy structure for listing details.
Question 98. What would you do with one completely free day? I would explore a new part of the city and take photos without rushing.
I would go somewhere quiet, read, eat well, and let the day remain unscheduled.
Use I would because the situation is imagined. Question 99. What English question is still difficult for you to answer?
For many learners, open questions like "tell me about yourself" are difficult because there are too many possible answers.
Questions about opinions can also be hard because you must create the idea and the English at the same time.
Your difficult question shows what to practice next. Save it and build a short answer you can reuse.
Question 100. After answering these 100 questions, what will you practice next?
I would choose the 10 questions that made me hesitate and answer them again tomorrow with stronger details.
I would repeat the episode, but this time I would try to answer before either of us speaks.
That's the real final challenge. Don't only understand these questions, make the answers yours.
You made it through all 100 questions. If you answered most of them without translating every word, your English speaking ability is stronger than you may think.
And if many questions made you freeze, that's useful information, not failure. Those questions have shown you exactly what to practice.
Choose 10 difficult questions, write one natural answer for each, and say them aloud every day this week. Then return to this episode and notice how much faster your English feels.
Tell us in the comments which question was the easiest and which one was the hardest.
Subscribe to English Tempo for more real listening and speaking practice. Keep speaking, keep improving, and we'll meet you in the next podcast.